One. Hi, my brother Eldritch. Okay. Yes, I missed a couple of days. Busy, busy, busy. And then yesterday, the whole house was full again with people. Uh, my brother-in-law, maybe let's say that. My brother-in-law, uh, came back from California. He went there to take care of his daughter who had been sick, needed some surgeries and stuff, and so he ended up going there for several months now, and got to see all of his grandchildren, great grandchildren, and uh, and he's back now, and my youngest daughter's uh, intended, hopefully, brought him down here, and we had a great time. So they got here about 3 o'clock, and then everybody else started to come home. My daughter, then my other daughter came also, and okay, so the whole house was full of people, and I thought I already started cooking. I had already pressure cooked the beans that I was going to make for a white chicken chili. I thought, wow, that's so good. In a way, it was amazing. I had planned that meal today, and as I am, I always make way too much food, but I made plenty of beans ahead of time, and there was plenty of chicken to put into it. Anyway, worked out great. Everybody, everybody, everyone had enough food. It was amazing how this always works out. Without me having to change anything around. I would go, oh my gosh, I don't have enough for this or that for so many people. It all worked out just fine. Isn't that amazing? Uh, yes, it's very nice. And then, oh, so I'm doing this right now. See, I'm already trailing off. Uh, Doing this right now because who knows when I'm going to get to it otherwise. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Uh, yes, because we're going to have company for a little while now. So we are in, and otherwise, I don't even want to talk about anything else. I mean, everything here is just fine and wonderful. Um, oh, yeah, I said I was going to. I'll tell you what I'll do. So, I have never met true parents, Reverend Sun Myung Moon and Miss and Mother. Let's see, Reverend Sun Myung, Mrs. Hawk Jahan Moon. I have never met them before I came to the United States. I have never heard not a syllable of who they are, that they exist, or what they're doing before I came to the United States from Switzerland. And the first time I saw them was on a picture, in a picture about this big. I still have it somewhere. Uh, in my now husband's, apartment. Yes, yeah. And I thought it was odd that there was this couple, and father was wearing a suit, and mother was wearing this gold dress, really pretty. I think it was in Korean style. Kind of gold, yellow, deep yellow, ochre, gold dress. And I was wondering why these two people that, obviously you could tell they're a couple or married or something, are hanging on his wall. That's weird. That was so weird. They look Asian. Okay, why would he have an Asian couple hanging on his wall like that? As kind of an important thing. It looked like it wasn't an important. There weren't any other pictures hanging. I have one of Mother up here. I have Mother up there. Yes. Uh, I took that with me. I had that in my Bible. And I have one of Father and Mother in the Bible as well. Well, anyway, so I don't have one otherwise hanging up here. I have the Family Federation for World Peace flag that I got at that speech that I went to. Yeah, that was great in Oakland. I have that one. I like that one. It includes everybody. So I just wondered, what the heck is that? They didn't give it too much more. And then I asked him, I said, who are these people? Why is that picture hanging on your wall? And he says, oh, he explained it to me. That's Reverend Moon and his wife. And I'm like, okay. Still didn't mean anything to me, right? And at that time, my English just wasn't good enough to have that conversation. So I had an Austrian friend there, and she knew English much better than I did. And I asked her, I said, hey, do you know who these people are? Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, beware. And she told me all about it. My husband only could tell me that this was Reverend Moon and his wife, and that was it. That's all I kind of got. But my friend from Austria, yeah, and of course as Swiss, I don't have a problem understanding the German of an Austrian. She knew all about it, and she said, beware, that's a cult. That's a cult, and that's a bad guy. That Reverend Moon, that's a bad guy. Anyway, and so she tells me all about it, right? Okay. Well, there's one thing about all that, right? I mean, father and mother have been married since 1960, right? Yes. There's a lot of bad stuff that people talked about him. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's not that hard to go and find it. And I always thought about something. But the thing is that no one ever talked about his wife, right? Yes? Or his kids much. Until they got older and then they started screwing up. Two, just like most kids do, or one or two in the family. So I'm just saying. But even then, I thought it was weird, okay? After I got to, okay, I don't just believe people, right? Because again, there's these indiscrepancies or discrepancies where I'm going, well, if this is such a bad guy and he's being such a criminal to people, first of all, why is he not in jail? Then it can't be. That's it. How much just springs from the minds, from the dark side of people's minds. Okay, when it comes to rumors, gossip, and slander and all that jazz. And the other thing I thought, but he has a wife and children. If he's that bad, why aren't people protecting that wife and children? Seems to me like this guy has done a compound somewhere or whatever and probably is mistreating both his wife and his kids. Who knows what he's doing to... That's what went through my mind. So, we're talking nice, as I said, my friend from Austria, my friend from Austria. Oh, she knew all about it, told me all about that guy, but she never mentioned mother or the kids. At that time, 1986, 1986 was the first time I laid eyes on a picture of true parents. And that's something, yeah. So at that time, a lot of their kids some of them are my age, a little younger and older, right? Yes? Let me think. I think Cookshanim is a couple years younger than I am. Maybe a little more. Not much more. Right. Well, anyway, I can't remember now. I can't remember when he was born. Could be 69 or 70. Well, then it would be 4 or 5 years. But anyway, and so we're already grown kids, right? In their 20s, most of them, and some of them a little younger. And no one talked about them. It was always only father. Father that was, he done all this stuff, this bad stuff, right? Yes? Okay. And I thought that was odd. So if people are so concerned with all that, and the deprogramming that was going on with some of the members, as I've never was a part of any of. I mean, I've never was a part of any of that, or trying to rescue them back out of deprogrammers or that kind of jazz. I don't even know if that. I've never seen it. I only heard about it. Okay. And again, there too, it's like, well, how stupid are you to not? Okay, you can't escape. You can't do this. Can't do this. Okay, I get it. But then but obviously they live to tell the tale, right? Yes. As soon as I'd have gotten out of that room, I'd have gone to the cops. Say, this is what they did. I wouldn't care if they were my parents or my brother or my sister or whoever they were to do something like that. If you're really concerned about what may be going on in a place, then you become a part of it. Hey, even though, in order to have contact with our daughter, we got to become a part of this church. That's what you do. Then you go check it out. Any parent out there who would have done that would have realized that, no, you know what? My son or daughter actually is on a really good path. Yes, yeah, different. But so what? Well, anyway, okay, I had my say. So there's all these stories out there to me, and I'm talking from how that looked to me. Okay, I'm not going to belittle the experiences that people had out there when it came to all that. All right, or how difficult it was. The pain that moms and dads went through after they realized our daughter has quit college and has joined this weirdo church. Right? I get it. Don't. But the thing is again, on the way that people did things, told me something ain't right. Not with Reverend Moon and his wife. Talking still about just father and mother, but with other people again. How are they so dumb? Well, anyway. When it comes to, what are they hiding? That they have to, or how can they be so concerned truly about their daughter or their son if they're not concerned? First and foremost, that man has a wife and kids. Let's find out if they're okay or need rescuing. Yes? Do I sound weird? Well, maybe I do. But that's how I saw it. And that's why I didn't believe my friend. Yes. Was I blindly in love with my husband? Oh, absolutely. But there was a reason for that too. I would have never stayed if it had not been that way. I would have never pulled through in a way that I did if that was not the case. I know that before I made True Parents, Heavenly Parent made sure that became my husband. Yes, right? Yeah. Well, there's a story that goes with that too. And I know that. Yes, I know that. Would I do it again? Absolutely. Yeah. Would I do things differently with what I know now? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. There are some things I would do differently. Of course. But that's why we don't know ahead of time, right? Yes? We have to, our heart to mind has got to grow with our experiences, yes? And if, when they talk about fool here in the Proverbs, I often wonder what kind of fools are they talking about? Yes, obviously it's not just about people that okay supposedly aren't where their faculties aren't all there. Sometimes I wonder if those people's faculties actually are more there than the ones that look normal, but somehow every bit of screws are loose. Nuts have been gone lost. I'm just saying, but one doesn't notice, and they're so good at talking. Okay, all right, all right, all right. I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, this is already starting good. Anyway, but yeah, so there's a reason. So would I? But so there's the reason. We have to get. I believe that we need, as a human being, we need to get to the point of independent thinking. For example, knowing wrong from right. For example, another example, and there's a whole lot more. Right? Stepping in when justice is needed, right? Against bullies, for example. We can only get to that point of and restoring these things when we experience them. Right? And not just already know and then go, well, I know exactly what to do now because I already know. Right? Yes. All right. Anyway, let's get going here. Oh, so when our daughter was born, and that was several months later, quite a few months later, my husband didn't go to church or anything. I don't know. It seemed like he. Okay, I'm not gonna say that about him. Seemed like he met them and then did the big Washington thing, Washington D.C. thing. That was the Washington Monument rally or something that happened there in the 70s. He went to that. He was a part of that big old thing. I think to him it was more like, hey, it's going to a concert. Hoo-ah! But it was okay. Just say stuff like that excited him. So he did, and then I guess something retained in his system, and then so he put up the picture as something. I'm not sure. To this day, I'm not sure what that was all about. And no, that's his personal right growth stages, whatever. And then our daughter was born a year and a half later or so. Anyway, and I wanted to go to church. And he says, well, the only church I go to is that one. And that story I'll leave for tomorrow. And I said, okay, let's go. I am grateful to today. Oh, I did go to my husband and say, what is that what is that doing hanging on the wall here? I just heard about these people. And it don't sound, this person, this one guy, not the woman next to him, And he said, I don't know what you heard, but that picture stays where it's at. That was that. I never said another word about it. That picture moved with us through everything. And is at the farm. I don't think it's hanging up though, so I don't know why. I have other pictures of two parents that are. I like the ones where they're hiking and stuff, and they're just sitting on a rock with their walking sticks, and So that's the pictures I got hanging up of two parents. Anyway, now so there it is, and yeah, that was the beginning. That's how I actually met true parents, or per se, got to know about them. Yes. And it didn't deter me, and there is reasons why it didn't deter others out there. Once they saw a picture of true parents, or they heard about it, and were actually willing to go to a dinner and then hear a 1 day lecture, 3 day lecture, whatever. They didn't go because they were weak-minded, or they knew there was something there. They knew that they found something they've been looking for. Yeah. or knew there was something out there, their spiritual growth that you had to have in order to not get sucked into, but to realize, have this epiphany of what was going on, was due to spiritual growth already for whoever. Well, anyway, that's what I believe. And the ones who truly had that spiritual growth and weren't just following something and going, oh, great, yes, I want a dinner, and then, oh, hey, this is cool, they'll take care of me. Right? Yeah, there are those as well. I still know them too. um, they have stuck with it through thick and thin. Whatever went on, they stuck with it. Yes, very grateful for our beloved true parents. And no one's going to change that. No one. All right, so there was that as a first generation going through. It wasn't just all cupcakes meeting true parents. And, oh, yeah, the other side, no, Satan challenged you too. No, I don't look at it that way. It was, at that time, I was 23. I was 23 years old. I wasn't a dummy. I wasn't such a pushover either. I had met other religions where they tried to pull me in with something, and I'm going, yeah, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. For example, in who cares? In Berkeley, California, we went to the Jehovah Witnesses something. We happened to come back from Tilden or Oakland Park somewhere, and they're somewhere in that vicinity. So I said, hey, let's go check these guys out. Just for fun. And we, as I said, we were in a unification church. I went all over because you're supposed to go witness as well, right? I said, hey, let's go check these guys out. We had all the kids with us, so we went to the visitor center, this and that. And they were really nice and all. And then there was this other building. I said, hey, I want to go over there. I said, no, you can't go there. I said, why not? You have to be a member. I said, I can't go and see your sanctuary where you're going to preach and all that jazz. That's not open to the public. I mean, I get it that it's not open to the public if you just come during the week and it's all closed down. But one can't go over there and check things out. I can't go to your church unless I have gone through what now exactly? Right? Okay. And it's like, yeah, you can't go there. So I'm going, well, then, okay, then that's too bad. Yes. We left there, and it was not like I said, well, then forget it or this. But my husband and I talked in the car. I said, do you think this is normal? Is that normal? Maybe somebody should report them. That who knows what's going on in the Jehovah Witnesses church, really, when it comes down to it, right? Yes? Yeah, okay. All right, not that bad. I don't know. Maybe we made a mistake there. What did I say to begin with Reverend Moon and his wife? Huh? I'm just saying, okay? Are people, if these closed churches, that's to me, that was always a immediate red flag. But the thing is nobody else thinks that way. No, there's no red flag. It's just people go there. Again, but then if children are involved, that's a crime. But if there aren't any children there, then you would assume, how big of a fool are you to fall for weird things when it comes to religion? Right? Yes, I don't know. I've never fallen for weird stuff. One could consider, which I also was a part of, the blessing, that mass weddings are weird, really. I think that marriages where the girl is 10 years old, 12 years old, and definitely didn't agree to marry a 70-year-old, a 60-year-old, even a 50-year-old, that's weird. Okay. Anywho, let's get going. We are in the Proverbs, because I got to get over to the house. 20. The book of Proverbs 20. Wine is reckless, liquor rowdy, unwise is anyone whom it seduces. There you go. Like the roaring of a lion is the fury of a king. Whoever provokes him sins against himself. All right, I see where this is going. It is praiseworthy to stop short of a lawsuit. Only a fool flies into a rage. In autumn, the idler does not plow. At harvest time, he looks, nothing there. The resources of the human heart are like deep waters. An understanding person has only to draw on them. Wow, this one's good. This one goes right along with what I made this video about. Even the first one. Oh, got it. The resources of the human heart are like deep waters. An understanding person has only to draw on them. Many describe themselves as people of faithful love, but who can find someone really to be trusted? Aha. The upright, wow, this goes right along with what I talked about. The upright, whose ways are blameless, bless the children who come after. A king enthroned on the judgment seat with one look scatters all that is evil. It's amazing how they exalted themselves. Who can say I have cleansed my... I'm not going to fall for crap like that. Who can say I have cleansed my heart? I am purified of my sin. One weight here, another there. Here on measure, there another. Both alike are abhorrent to Yahweh. No, I don't know that. A young man's character appears in what he does, if his behavior is pure and straight. Yeah, well, okay, not going there. Ear that hears, eye that sees, Yahweh has made both of these. Do not love sleep, or you will... Okay, I'm going back to that one. A young man's character appears in what he does, if his behavior is pure and straight. No, it doesn't. That can be very deceiving. You need to get to know a person for a lot longer than 5 minutes, even if they just did hold the door open for you. No good, no good, says the buyer, but he goes off congratulating himself. There are gold and jewels of every type. Oh yeah, that's the scheming. Ugh. I don't know how people live with themselves when they do that. There are gold and jewels of every type, but a priceless ornament is speech informed by knowledge. Yeah, that's because it means you're telling the truth as well. It just depends on... Yes, that is pretty. It's for me. It's always such a relief when I know I did get the truth, especially from people. You were telling the truth. Oh wow! And you know what? That's such a relief to not have to look at a person again and go, "Man, you doggone liar! Why are you doing that? Why is lying so important to people?" Take that man's clothes, he has gone surety for a stranger. Take a pledge from him to profit of persons unknown. Bread is sweet when it is not good by fraud, but latter the mouth is full of grit. Eugh. Plans are matured by consultation. Take wise advice when waging war. Aha. Okay. So now it isn't just figuring out on how to make war okay. It's now how to make the best war. Right? Let's go on to this now. Okay. You know what? You got me there. You will never convince me that any war was ever necessary. If. Done. The bearer of gossip lets out secrets. Do not mingle with chatterers. No, if the bearer of gossip would be letting out secrets, then that actually would be the truth of something, right? Secrets are something you don't want people to know, but that doesn't mean that's not the truth. So I'm not getting this one. Why do people have secrets? Talked about that before. Don't have secrets. Don't live like that. Whoever curses father or mother will have his lamp put out in the deepest darkness. Uh-huh. Okay, that one again. Property quickly come by at first will not be blessed in the end. Maybe he had to word things differently every so often because the priest would come to Solomon and say, or whoever, say, yeah, it didn't work. The people aren't getting what you're saying. Can you say it a different way? Do not say, I shall repay evil. Put your hope in Yahweh and he will keep you safe. One weight here, another there. This is abhorrent to Yahweh. False scales are not good. Yeah, that's cheating. Yahweh guides the steps of the powerful, but who can comprehend human ways? That's a good one too. Good excuse. Anyone is trapped who cries dedicated and begins to reflect only after the vow. A wise king winnows the wicked and makes the wheel pass over them. The human spirit is the lamp of Yahweh, searching the deepest self. Faithful love and loyalty mount guard over the king. His throne is founded on saving justice. That's a bunch of bull. The pride of the young is their strength, the ornament of the old gray hairs. Ooh, that's a good one. It should be that way. The pride of the young is their strength, the ornament of the old gray hairs. But again, in the way that is written down, I would write this down differently. On how the old see the young and how the old should see the young and how the young should see the old. That's how I would write it down. Wounding strokes are good medicine for evil. Blows have an effect on the inmost self. Okay, whatever. You know what? I don't know. That okay, so it's okay to punish the people around you. Oh gosh. Ugh, you know what? Ugh. Solomon. Yeah, you know, don't you? Alright, that's it. Interesting stuff. Not really. Oh. Anywho. So, as was what was interesting to me years and years and years later about meeting true parents the way I actually did on the wall, on a picture, before I married my husband. Uh, I got the negative first. Yes? Yeah. Which means I got to make the choice. I find that, again, and I can't see on how that was not the same for everyone out there. How often will you find out about a lot of negative things that people thought, the gossip, the rumors, whatever? Some of it may be true. I'm not saying everything's a lie. Before you commit to a new religion or a new idea, or as I said, like get sucked into a cult. Right? Yes? You think the Catholic Church is any less of a cult than the Unification Church was? Huh? Oh, some people gonna get offended? I was in the Catholic Church. My mom taught me about God. Okay? If it was Catholicism that she taught me, well, so be it. I liked all the holidays and this and that. But as far as on how that church operates, that's no less to this today. Oh, as I said, years and years ago, that church was no less is no less a cult and has been since I don't know when. Go and read up on the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages. 3 popes, not one, not just 2, 3, and go read up why. I'm just saying one little thing, okay? Oh, but then no. Corruption in that church, okay? The way they've been sucking people dry as well. For what exactly? A place in heaven? Are you kidding me? Right there, that's a cult. Yeah. So, in any case, I wasn't shown the negative to begin with. I was born into basically the faith of the Catholic Church. Okay? Yeah, that's because that's what my mom had. But don't get me wrong, my mom taught me right when it comes to that. And most people don't see it the way I do. when I decided that I wanted to follow true parents, the second coming, I got to see the negative first and then made my choice. Then I strategically, I will tell you about that another time. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, brace you with love, and I will talk to you all another time.